Okay friends, it's time to get started on our headlamp assembly. The process for one side is going to be the exact same for the other, and I always recommend doing them as a pair. Now to remove these, you just want to carefully reach along the back side of the headlamp assembly and you're going to find a little tab. There's one on the inboard side, and then if you were to follow the headlight to the outboard side, you're going to find another. Just go ahead and grab onto that tab and lift it straight up, do the same to the other, and then you should be able to slide the headlight out and remove the wiring harness. I'm just going to use a 90-degree pick for this so I can gently pry and lift it up. Generally you can do these by hand, but sometimes they're stuck. Now that we have that out of there, let's continue on to our wiring harnesses. If you're going to be reusing the bulb, you can carefully grab onto this, give it a little twist counterclockwise, and pull it right off of there. You want to give your bulb a quick inspection, make sure the filament doesn't look like it's broken in any way. If the filament looks good inside, you can go ahead and set this aside. Just be very careful not to touch the glass with oily fingers. If you weren't going to be reusing the bulbs, to remove these, all you would want to do is grab onto the little tab, and then you should be able to pull this right off of here. You'd want to give the wiring a quick inspection, and then set it aside. There it is, friends. Okay, friends, now it's going to be time to install our brand new headlamp assembly. Before we go ahead and put this in the vehicle, let's have a look at the back side. This area right here is your headlight adjustment. So to adjust the headlight beam up or down, you're just going to come right up here and go ahead and twist this either clockwise or counterclockwise accordingly. Also, if you were to look at this, you're going to find that you have one alignment tab here, one down below it, and then as you turn the lamp assembly, you're going to find one on the inboard side. These are all things to pay attention to because that's where the clip needs to slide down and over. Now with all that said, let's start reconnecting our bulbs. If you were just replacing the bulb, you can go ahead and take that high beam bulb, we'll slide it right in, turn it clockwise. Now all you'd want to do is just go ahead and reconnect in the wiring harness, listen for a click. We're going to give that a little tug to make sure it's secure. If you're just reinstalling your bulbs, you can just go ahead and take it with the wiring harness, put it right in position, turn it clockwise to lock it in. Now let's line everything up with its alignment points in the body of the vehicle. Sometimes you just have to lift up and down on the locking tabs to make it so everything can press into place. Once you feel as though you have it in there, go ahead and lock it down. We'll give this a little tug to make sure it's completely secured. Now, like I said, the rod that comes up from the headlamp assembly along the back is the alignment point. You can either turn it clockwise or counterclockwise. And also, when you do these, I recommend doing them as a pair. Thank you for watching. This is going to be a general tutorial on how to aim your brand new TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, so looking at your brand new TRQ headlamp assembly, you're going to see where your low beam is, and you'll see a little dot right in the center. And that is the axis point, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to mark that with an erasable marker, just so it's easier to see. Next, what we need to do is measure from the level ground up to this point and take note of that measurement. Now we're just going to pull the car up to our wall. On our vehicle, we remember that the measurement was 28 inches for our access point. Your vehicle may be different, but that's where I'm going to put this tape, just above that 28 inches. We'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so let's just back the vehicle up, straight back 25 feet from the wall. And now that we moved our vehicle 25 feet back from the wall, we're going to start with our measurement here. That's where the headlamp center is. We're going to go down 4 inches on the driver's side. On the passenger side, we have our line here. What we need to do is go down 2 inches. To adjust the driver's side, we're going to cover our passenger side headlamp. If you look at the back side of your headlamp assembly, you're going to see something that looks like this. This is the adjustment. Some of these headlight assemblies have 1, 2, or even more of them, but you should at least have one. This is how we're going to adjust the headlight beam. Now we're going to lower the top part of the beam down to just below this line. When you turn the adjustment to the right, it brings the beam up, and if you turn it to the left, it'll bring the headlight beam down. and this is this way on most vehicles. Let's continue on to doing the passenger side. All right, we properly aligned our TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, and on the quality TRQ headlamps for a pickup truck, the procedure is going to be the same. You're going to find your center dot, mark it, and then you'll measure from the level ground up to your dot. So once your headlamps are properly adjusted, it'll be time to adjust your fog lamps. You'll notice on the driver's side, the focal point is all the way at the bottom right now. I would like to bring it up so it meets up with approximately the bottom of the focal point of the headlight. Some fog lamps have an adjuster, others don't. The ones that do have an adjuster, you would just turn the adjustment to the left or to the right to adjust the beam up and down to where it needs to be. Now with your TRQ headlamps and fog lamps properly aligned, you can drive down the road safely.